Waking up again and again at night to use the bathroom might feel like a small annoyance, but it could be a hidden sign your body is struggling. Each interruption steals your rest, leaving you drained and unfocused during the day. Stay with me, because there are natural solutions that can change the way your nights and your health unfold. Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, not just once, but again and again, because you felt the need to use the bathroom? At first, it might seem harmless, maybe even a small inconvenience that you brush off as part of life. But what if those restless nights are actually your body's way of sending you a message? A message that, if ignored, might affect not just your sleep, but your overall health and daily energy. And here's something to keep in mind. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share a surprising bonus tip that most people never think about, and it can truly make a difference in how your nights and your days unfold. Imagine this. You go to bed tired, ready to sink into hours of rest, but within a few hours you're awake again. The room is dark, the house is silent, and there you are, stumbling half asleep to the bathroom. You return to bed, hoping to catch up on sleep, but the cycle repeats. When morning finally comes, instead of waking refreshed, you feel drained, heavy-eyed, and far from ready to face the day. For many people, this scenario is all too familiar. But what they don't always realize is that frequent nighttime urination, also called nocturia, isn't just a random quirk of the body. It can be a red flag, pointing to deeper imbalances that are worth paying attention to. Why does this matter so much? Because sleep is not simply rest. It is a foundation for everything from your immune system to your memory, from hormone balance to emotional well-being. Each time you wake up, especially in the deeper stages of the night, your body misses out on repairing cells, regulating hormones, and restoring energy. If this interruption happens once in a while, it might not seem like a big deal. But when it becomes frequent, the consequences start stacking up in ways that ripple through your life. That constant fatigue, the irritability, the difficulty concentrating, they might all be connected to those nighttime interruptions you've been dismissing as normal. Here's the surprising truth. In many cultures, especially in North America, we've normalized habits that unknowingly fuel this problem. Think about the large sodas at dinner, the habit of sipping iced tea or coffee late in the evening, or even the salty fast food meals that sneak into our routines. These aren't just dietary choices. They are triggers that can push the body to overwork during the night, demanding bathroom breaks when it should be resting. And it doesn't stop there. What if these nightly wake-ups were also whispering to you about something else? Something more serious that your body is trying to manage behind the scenes? The point here isn't to scare you. It's to open your eyes to the fact that your body is constantly communicating, and the question is whether you're listening. Nighttime urination can sometimes signal that your kidneys, your heart, or even your blood sugar balance needs more attention. While it's not always a sign of disease, dismissing it entirely can cause you to miss the chance to make small but powerful adjustments in your lifestyle. Changes that can mean the difference between restless nights and truly restorative sleep. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power. By understanding what may be happening, you can take steps to support your body naturally, without harsh interventions or unnecessary stress. That's what this journey is about, uncovering the everyday habits and choices that can transform the way your body works at night and during the day. If you've been feeling frustrated by poor sleep, dragging energy, or even a sense of unease about your health, the insights that follow can shift your perspective and give you practical steps you can start using right away. So, if you've ever wondered whether those nightly trips to the bathroom mean something more, or if you're tired of waking up groggy and drained, stay with me. Because what you're about to learn could be the key to not just improving your sleep, but also protecting your long-term health in ways you may never have imagined. And remember, the bonus tip I'll share at the end is something you definitely don't want to miss. The next insight is one of the most important, and overlooking it won't just limit your results. It could also create consequences you might not expect, affecting more than just your nights, but your days as well. Now that we've opened the door to what nighttime urination could be signaling, it's time to look closer at how these interruptions actually shape your health in ways most people never realize. Think about the last time you had a night of deep, uninterrupted sleep. You probably woke up refreshed, your mind felt clear, and your body almost lighter. That's not just coincidence. That's your body completing its natural cycles of repair. But when you wake up multiple times to use the bathroom, those cycles get cut short, leaving behind subtle but powerful consequences that build up over time. Sleep is much more than closing your eyes and resting. It is when your body runs critical processes. Hormones that regulate hunger are balanced, cells are repaired, and your brain organizes memories and emotions. Every interruption, no matter how small, breaks these rhythms. Over weeks and months, that lost deep sleep can start to show up as stubborn weight gain, mood swings, and even higher levels of stress hormones that leave you feeling restless and fatigued throughout the day. In fact, researchers have found that people who consistently experience fragmented sleep show more signs of cardiovascular strain, weakened immune response, and even difficulty maintaining stable blood sugar levels. It's all connected, and it often starts with something as seemingly simple as waking up too often during the night. Now here's something surprising. In American culture, some of the most common evening routines practically guarantee that your sleep will be disturbed. A late-night soda run, a sweet dessert before bed, or even that comforting glass of wine can set the stage for your bladder to stay active long after your mind wants to rest. Add to that the heavy, salty dinners many of us enjoy, and your body is forced to work harder to process fluids, making those nightly bathroom trips almost inevitable. What feels like just a habit of waking up to urinate may actually be a signal that your sleep and your long-term health are being compromised by these choices. But here's where it gets even more concerning. Each time you rise from bed at night, your blood pressure and heart rate shift. For some people, especially those already dealing with hidden health concerns, these small fluctuations may add strain to the cardiovascular system. And when the body is robbed of its chance to recover fully in deep sleep, inflammation can quietly rise, laying the groundwork for challenges that no one wants to face later. All of this, tied to something that at first looks like a minor nuisance. The fascinating part is that these connections are not always obvious until you pause and really think about them. That constant tiredness during the day, the increased craving for caffeine, or even the need for sugary snacks to get through the afternoon slump, could it be that they all trace back to the way your nights are interrupted? For many, the answer is yes. And once you see that link, you realize how powerful the act of protecting your sleep really is. It's not just about comfort, it's about supporting every aspect of your health. That's why paying attention to this pattern is so essential. By understanding the impacts of fragmented sleep, you can begin to take small but meaningful steps that shift your health trajectory in a positive direction. Imagine the difference in your energy, your focus, and even your mood when your body finally gets the deep restorative rest it's been asking for. It's within reach, and the choices you make today can shape the nights you'll experience tomorrow. And here's the key point. Ignoring this won't simply hold you back from results. Overlooking it can set you up for deeper imbalances that quietly undermine your health in ways you may not notice until much later. The next insight is one of the most important, and skipping it might not just mean fewer benefits. It could create ripple effects you definitely don't want to experience. By now, you've seen how frequent nighttime urination disrupts sleep and chips away at your energy, mood, and long-term health. But what if those interruptions are not just the result of poor evening habits, but actually a signal your body is using to warn you of something deeper? Our bodies are remarkably wise, and often they whisper long before they shout. Waking up at night to urinate might be one of those whispers, subtle but persistent enough that it deserves attention. Think of your body like a finely tuned alarm system. It doesn't ring bells and sirens right away. Instead, it gives gentle nudges. One of those nudges is the bladder waking you up again and again. Why might this be happening? For some, it's as simple as drinking too much fluid in the evening. But for others, it can be a sign of underlying imbalances that, if left unchecked, may lead to bigger challenges down the road. Let's take insulin resistance as an example. When blood sugar levels remain elevated, your kidneys work harder to filter excess glucose. This process can increase urine production, making those nighttime bathroom visits more frequent. Many people don't connect the dots. assuming their sleep is just restless, but in reality, the body is signaling that it's struggling with sugar balance. That chronic tiredness, irritability, or constant craving for snacks during the day might have roots in those quiet hours of the night. Then there's the role of kidney health. Your kidneys are like filters, balancing fluids, electrolytes, and waste in your body. If they're overworked or under strain, one of the first signs can be an increase in nighttime urination. This doesn't automatically mean something is seriously wrong, but it does highlight the importance of paying attention. By ignoring these signs, you risk missing the chance to support your kidneys naturally with better hydration practices, balanced nutrition, and lifestyle changes that relieve some of that burden. And for men, there's another common factor that often goes unnoticed until it's hard to ignore: prostate health. As men age, the prostate can enlarge, pressing against the bladder and making it harder to fully empty during urination. The result? More trips at night, even when the bladder isn't truly full. While many dismiss this as an inevitable part of aging, small preventive actions like staying active, maintaining a healthy diet, and avoiding excess alcohol can make a tremendous difference in how the body handles these changes. Even the heart can be part of this picture. If fluid builds up in the body during the day, especially in the legs and ankles, it often redistributes at night when lying down. This extra fluid increases urine production, once again pulling you from sleep. It's a reminder that your body is a connected system. What happens in one area doesn't stay isolated. The bladder is simply the messenger, and frequent nighttime urination is the message. The important thing to understand is that these signals are not meant to cause fear, but awareness. When you see them for what they are, messages from your body, you gain the power to act. You can begin making small, thoughtful adjustments that reduce the burden on your system, improve your nightly rest, and protect your health in ways that ripple forward into your days. This is why it matters to listen carefully to what might seem like small inconveniences. They may be telling you about blood sugar that's harder to manage, kidneys that are asking for more care, a prostate that needs attention, or a heart that could use support. Ignoring them doesn't erase the message, it just delays your chance to respond in a positive, empowering way. So when your nights are interrupted, ask yourself, what is my body trying to say? And remember, the answers aren't just about avoiding bathroom trips. They're about building a foundation of energy, clarity, and resilience that carry into every corner of your life. The next insight is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could set the stage for ripple effects that quietly undermine your well-being in ways you may not anticipate. When you start to recognize the messages your body is sending, the next step is to look at what might be fueling those nightly disruptions without you even realizing it. Some of the biggest culprits aren't mysterious illnesses or rare conditions. They are everyday habits, woven so tightly into modern life that they almost feel invisible. And yet, once you shine a light on them, it becomes clear how much they contribute to those restless nights. Think about a typical evening in North America. Maybe it's a drive-through dinner with a burger and fries, washed down with a large soda. Or perhaps it's a comforting slice of pizza late at night, paired with a sweet dessert or an energy drink to push through an extra hour of work. These meals are convenient, satisfying, and familiar, but they are also packed with sodium, sugar, and stimulants. All of these create a perfect storm for your body to process while you sleep, making those bathroom interruptions far more likely. Take salt, for example. Excess sodium doesn't just make you thirsty, it also makes your body hold onto more fluid. During the night, when your body naturally tries to rebalance and flush out what it doesn't need, that extra fluid has only one way to go. The result is pressure on the bladder, pulling you from your sleep. This is why heavily processed foods, things like chips, frozen dinners, or even restaurant meals, can have such a big impact on your nights without you connecting the dots. Then there's caffeine. Many people think of coffee as their main source, but sodas, teas, chocolate, and energy drinks can all add up, especially when consumed in the afternoon or evening. Caffeine is a stimulant that not only keeps your mind alert, but also acts as a diuretic, nudging your body to produce more urine. Even if you think you're immune to caffeine's effects on sleep, your bladder might tell a different story at 2 a.m. Alcohol plays a role as well. That glass of wine or beer at dinner may feel relaxing, but alcohol interferes with the body's natural hormones that regulate fluid balance. It also irritates the bladder lining, creating a double effect: more urine production and more sensitivity in the bladder itself. Combine that with poor quality sleep from alcohol's effect on brain waves, and you've got the perfect recipe for waking up tired and unrefreshed. And sugar, perhaps the sneakiest of all. Sugary desserts or late-night snacks can spike blood sugar levels, only for them to crash later. Your kidneys step in to filter the excess glucose, leading once again to increased urination. Over time, this constant push and pull wears down your body's ability to manage blood sugar effectively, tying back to those deeper imbalances we explored earlier. These habits are so normalized in American culture that many people never question them. A salty snack during a movie, a sweet treat before bed, or a soda with dinner are almost seen as traditions. But the reality is, they quietly stack the odds against your body, forcing it to work harder at night when it should be resting. By shining a light on these patterns, you gain the power to make different choices that protect your sleep, support your bladder and kidneys, and ultimately give you more energy during the day. The most empowering part is that small adjustments can make a big difference. Swapping a late soda for herbal tea, cutting back on heavily salted foods at dinner, or choosing lighter meals earlier in the evening can all reduce the strain on your body. Over time, these simple changes not only ease nighttime urination, but also improve digestion, energy levels, and overall well-being. This isn't about restriction or fear, it's about awareness and balance. When you see the connection between daily habits and nightly rest, you realize that you hold more control than you think. And every step you take to lighten the load on your body is a step toward deeper, more restorative sleep. The next insight is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just reduce your progress. It could create hidden challenges that leave your body struggling in ways you never intended. By now you understand how everyday choices and hidden signals in the body can shape your nights and your overall well-being. The good news is that change does not have to be overwhelming or complicated. Sometimes, the most powerful results come from small, consistent adjustments that bring your body back into balance. If frequent nighttime urination has been draining your energy and leaving you restless, there are practical steps you can take right away to ease the burden and help your body find its natural rhythm again. One of the simplest yet most overlooked habits is managing hydration with intention. Drinking plenty of water is essential, but the timing matters just as much as the amount. Many people drink large amounts of fluid right before bedtime, thinking it will help them stay hydrated through the night. In reality, this timing often forces the bladder to stay active when it should be resting. By shifting most of your fluid intake earlier in the day and gradually tapering off in the late evening, you give your body time to process liquids before you sleep. This simple change can make a remarkable difference. Another helpful adjustment is creating balance through diet. Foods rich in magnesium and potassium, like leafy greens, bananas, avocados, and nuts, support healthy muscle and nerve function, including the muscles that help control the bladder. Magnesium, in particular, helps reduce muscle cramps and relaxes the nervous system, while potassium plays a vital role in fluid balance. Adding these foods to your meals can strengthen the body's ability to regulate itself naturally, reducing the stress placed on the bladder at night. At the same time, being mindful about reducing certain triggers in the evening is equally important. Cutting down on caffeine after mid-afternoon, limiting alcohol close to bedtime, and avoiding heavily salted or sugary meals in the evening can all reduce the likelihood of nighttime interruptions. While these may sound like small details, they often have an outsized effect on the quality of your rest. Lifestyle choices outside of the kitchen matter too. Incorporating gentle exercise into your day, such as walking, stretching, or yoga, supports circulation, helps regulate blood sugar, and reduces fluid buildup in the legs that can otherwise shift at night. Even something as simple as elevating your legs for a short time in the evening can prevent excess fluid from pooling and later redistributing while you sleep. These actions not only protect your nights, but also enhance your energy and mobility during the day. Relaxation practices before bedtime also play a critical role. When your body is under stress, hormone levels shift in ways that can affect both bladder activity and sleep quality. Simple breathing exercises, a warm bath, or light stretching before bed can calm the nervous system and help prepare both mind and body for rest. Many people underestimate the power of these rituals, but they can transform the way your nights unfold. It's important to remember that every person's body responds differently, and what works quickly for one person might take more time for another. But the key is consistency. By layering these changes together, adjusting hydration timing, choosing supportive foods, limiting evening triggers, and nurturing relaxation, you create an environment where your body can heal and function at its best. Over time, you'll notice not just fewer interruptions during the night, but also more energy, clearer focus, and better resilience throughout your day. The real gift of these habits is that they empower you to take back control. Instead of feeling at the mercy of your body's signals, you begin to work in harmony with them. And that shift creates not only better nights, but a healthier, more vibrant life overall. The next insight is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your progress. It could introduce complications that quietly reduce the benefits you've worked so hard to achieve. After uncovering the hidden signals and everyday habits that contribute to nighttime urination, and exploring the first steps you can take to regain control, it's time to focus on a solution that ties everything together. This is where understanding the right way to prepare a natural remedy can make all the difference. It's not just about what you use, but how you use it, because even natural approaches require balance and precision to be safe and effective. For centuries, people have turned to herbal infusions and calming drinks to support the body's natural rhythms. One of the most effective ways to ease nighttime urination is by using mild, soothing herbs that support the bladder and kidneys while calming the nervous system. But here's the key: the preparation matters. Too strong, and the body may react in ways you don't want. Too weak, and the benefits may be barely noticeable. Precision in preparation ensures you maximize the positive effects without creating unnecessary strain. Imagine preparing a gentle tea in the evening, something that doesn't just hydrate but also nourishes. Herbs like chamomile or lemon balm are known for their calming properties, helping the nervous system settle into rest. Others, such as pumpkin seed extract or corn silk, have been studied for their supportive role in urinary health. When brewed correctly, steeping gently, not boiling aggressively, you allow the natural compounds to release in balance, creating a beverage that relaxes, supports, and restores. But remember, the remedy is not just the drink. It's the environment you create around it. Preparing the tea slowly, sipping it mindfully, and using it as part of a calming bedtime ritual magnifies the benefits. Your body responds not only to the nutrients, but also to the signals of relaxation and routine. This combination sends a powerful message to your system. It's time to let go of the day's demands and prepare for deep rest. And here's where the promised bonus tip comes in. Beyond any herbal infusion, one of the most powerful ways to enhance your results is by incorporating a simple breathing practice just before sleep. Slow, deep breathing lowers stress hormones, calms the heart rate, and allows the bladder muscles to relax naturally. Just 5 minutes of focused breathing, inhale deeply through the nose, exhale slowly through the mouth, can make your entire bedtime routine more effective. It's a small addition, but when combined with mindful preparation, it creates a foundation for nights that are not only uninterrupted, but deeply restorative. This isn't about quick fixes or magic solutions. It's about building habits that respect the body's signals and restore balance over time. By approaching natural remedies with care, by preparing them correctly, and by pairing them with calming practices, you give your body exactly what it has been asking for. Nights become quieter, mornings become brighter, and your days carry a new sense of energy and focus. The most inspiring part is that you hold the power to make these changes. With knowledge, consistency, and respect for your body, you can shift from restless nights to truly restorative sleep. This journey is not just about avoiding bathroom trips. It's about reclaiming your health, your energy, and your peace of mind. If you found this guidance valuable, take a moment to share it with someone who might benefit. Give it a like and subscribe for more practical, natural strategies to improve your well-being. Together, we can build a community that values knowledge, balance, and health as the foundation of a better life.